Oh my goodness, in support of the production, Syd Bolton has no clothes on. No, I'm just kidding. Syd Bolton's in. We're talking tech here on a Wednesday.
Wow, that would be frightening and a whole different kind of show, Ted.
You just had the best Al Roker face I think I've seen the whole time you've been
Yeah,
here.
well, I'll have to save that episode for past 11 p.m. at night.
Well,
This is the primetime version of Inside Brant.
okay.
And,
You got gadgets.
Yeah, I got a new gadget. So I got this. This is the Sennheiser Momentum On-Ear headphones.
Okay.
Okay. I always pick products that have extremely long names.
And you know, I got to tell you right away about these headphones. They're shocking because they look retro.
They do, but you know what? These are highly advanced. First of all, they're over-the-ear headphones, and typically those ones tend to be a little bit on the heavy side. These are not. These are very light.
That's what I was going to mention to you, because headphones used to look like, you know, back in the old days, when we were sitting in the radio studio, it looked like we had two garbage cans on. And then they went smaller and smaller and smaller and got the earbuds.
Right.
Now they're back to garbage cans. You'll see people listening to their favorite, you know, whatever, and the headphones are like telling the world, I'm wearing headphones.
Right, and these ones are, they are a bit bigger, but bigger doesn't necessarily mean heavier, which is typically what happens. And first of all, they come with this, you know, fancy little case. These are high-end headphones. I was thinking about getting myself, I'm thinking for my video gaming stuff, I was thinking about getting a pair just in general to go over the ear rather than the earbuds. Because for me, the in-ear earbuds aren't great for gaming. These guys, now...
But those are not big.
They're not big. And probably, if I'm going to say anything bad about these, it's probably that the ear cups are a little on the small side. So if you have big ears, you might want to avoid these. This is probably going to be the only time I'm going to ask you to do this, Ted. Would you like to touch this?
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you can actually see there's aluminum construction that goes around the...
You know, the first thing I noticed about it, I have a fat head. So I wonder if this thing's going to fit.
Well, you can try them on.
No. I think I would hurt them.
I've got a fat head too, and they work fine for me for that.
Okay. I can always do one of those.
Yeah, that's true. Did you hear anything from my hand?
No, it's pretty much noise canceling.
So they're constructed of great material, real leather on them. These are really fantastic in terms of design. Sound, unbelievable. And the thing is, these ones are marketed as being for the iPad, the iPhone, or the iPod. However, there's nothing saying that you can't use these with something like a PlayStation Vita. Okay, so if you have a gaming system, they're great. If you have a Nintendo 3DS, they're amazing. The sound is just unbelievable. I was shocked.
Are they comfortable with the construction?
They're very comfortable, yeah.
Because the problem with old style headphones too, they had all the plastic, and I mean, I snapped a couple just right at the top sort of thing, because these are going to last.
They are, and the other thing is that although you can use a standard, 2.5 millimeter jack cable that comes with it, it actually comes with a secondary cable. And the nice thing about this secondary cable is it has all the controls on it for the iPad, the iPhone, and so on. But it also has the one thing that I thought was going to be annoying. On the end of the connector, it actually has the ability to be a 90-degree angle, or you can actually change it. Of course, I'm going to do the demo and not do this properly. You can actually change it to be straight through. So depending on what situation you have, because the thing is with something like an iPad, right? When you put this in to the unit, you actually want it to, and I'll just put my hand up here for contrast so we can see, but this actually allows you to have it sort of hide behind the unit as opposed to sticking straight out.
Right.
Which I found to be a problem when I was playing a game. I have a game on here right now. I found it to be a problem if I had to hold it that way and have this sticking straight out. It just didn't feel comfortable. But it solves the problem by having this 90-degree angle. So awesome.
So ESP, what am I going to ask?
They are a little on the expensive side. Street price, I mean, not necessarily for what you're getting. Street price is between $250 and $350, and I know that sounds like a lot of money for a pair of headphones for some people. However, I would say in terms of sound quality, they rival ones that are closer to $1,000.
And how often are you going to buy these?
Yeah, these are
based on the construction. You're going to have these for a long time.
These are not cheapy headphones. They're awesome. They're great. So if you're looking for a good pair of headphones, I would highly recommend them. And
have you tried them straight out in your receiver at home with music?
Yeah, I've tried them with different devices. They've all worked right. Again, marketed specifically for the Apple products, but they work on everything.
Cool. Okay, well, that's great. Wonderful. Yeah. My birthday's coming up.
All right.
Syd Bolton's here on Wednesdays talking tech with his clothes on. We'll be back on a Thursday. Let you know Stacey Farron's going to be here. Diva's in the house. Plus, Brett Davidson's back. We're talking about big hair for little kids. And, well, If you want some hair around the house, we've got the SPCA joining us with our Adopt a Pet feature. Thanks for being here. Take it easy in the snow, and as always, thanks for doing it inside Brant.